Hi, this is Joanne Wright Calendar this morning. Uh, it's kind of a hectic week. I was looking over here, but anyhow, um, I have to tell you that I am so thankful and grateful that the Kickstarter was successful. We've already begun making the notes and setting up for the audio book. Like I said, I'm a little frazzled this morning. This was like amazing. Um, it started with just an idea, and I didn't tell you this part, but before I started this Kickstarter, I knew that I had like a limited amount of time to dedicate to it. I shared with one of my LinkedIn friends that there were some medical things that my husband had, and we were taking care of that. We were traveling. We got back, and I had to go through a bunch of stuff in my office to, get rid of some of the loose ends. And, it was on my mind for like maybe 2 years that I needed to do some purging. But all of this was going on during the Kickstarter's 30 days. So, I really couldn't dedicate any time to calling people or going back into my uh, phone reservoirs to update people that I had lost contact with. But that's something that I learned that I can't let that time just, not I can't I have to keep in touch with my friends and not just call them when there was a Kickstarter. So, I learned a lot of things during this 30 days. And the biggest one was having faith in God. I didn't change my routine. I did my devotional time in the morning. I was tempted to look at the Kickstarter update, and it was disheartening many days to see that the needle hadn't moved. But that's also what prompted me to get more calls out, and more emails and texts. And I was listening to, as I say, I have a devotional that I do every morning with YouVersion, and I share it with my friends in Michigan and Texas. But this morning I was listening to a C.S. Lewis devotional, and the one phrase that I clung to is that he is new every morning, and then great is his faithfulness. And I have to, I'll put the scripture notes in the description box. But that's exactly what this is about. No matter what happened yesterday or what the balance was yesterday, God is new every morning, and He will provide. And in this instance, a couple of anonymous donors, sent me checks, and one came through and made a huge difference in my balance. But it's God. God touched each person's heart. Those of you who gave, thank you so much, because I know that this is not a financially wonderful time for most of us. Um, Hence my doing a Kickstarter. But it's God who touched each person's heart and gave them the belief that this was the right thing to do. And one friend of mine, I'm going to read you a new friend actually, that I met in our travels. She wrote me when I told her that she was a contributor. Didn't even, I mean, I've known her for like maybe 2 months, but she wanted to contribute. And so, excuse me, she wrote, when I told her that we had successfully achieved our goal, she says, "Woohoo!" Pardon me. "I'm excited that you are going to make the move in doing this audiobook." She says, Your project will help so many children." Here it is. And she says, "Miss Kelly's reading of the prologue was wonderful." And then she stated that she felt that many of these descriptions in the book, because this is a historical fiction story, and I'm trying to find the exact email. Um, but the gist of it was, she said, this story will help many young people um, understand a different aspect of our life in the United States and help build their character. Because that's what I wanted to show. Dee Dee and Charles were based on my parents' uh, characters, based on real people, my parents. But the thing that they did that really inspired me to write the story was they were positive in every situation. In the middle of Jim Crow, before civil rights, after civil rights. You know, I known them, of course, after civil rights because I'm not that old enough. But their faith was the thing that was like foundational bedrock. And that's what I wanted to portray in this story, how that faith helped these two characters um, surmount all of their difficulties. And now I get a chance to have it as an audiobook done as a radio program type of drama. It's not going to have the announcer coming in, it's commercials and everything. I guess that would be pretty neat. But it's going to be done in that dramatic fashion via Phyllis Kelly's wonderful narration. And as I'm listening to this narration, and as I'm taking notes, I said, whoa, we're going to be able to do this. So thank you. I appreciate you all so much. God bless you all. And I'll give you updates in my other writer's notes to come. Have a wonderful day and God bless you all. Okay, bye bye.